Welcome to a no-nonsense and to-the-point weekly market update video where I'm going to be covering what's been happening this week, such as more bank shakedowns, the economic data that we've seen this week, including the long-awaited NFP report, or the much-anticipated NFP report, should I say, as well, of course, finishing off with a quick weekly close summary of the markets. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, of course, disclaimer always applies. Pause it, read it, understand it. This is no financial advice whatsoever. If you want financial advice, seek a professional to do so. These are just my personal thoughts, opinions, and experiences. So let's kick it off. Well, since we are in the midst of the first quarter earnings season, another event related to the US banking fiasco has emerged. On Monday, of course, we heard that news broke out that JP Morgan would acquire First Republic and, of course, its deposits through a takeover bid. But the spotlight did soon shift to regional banks, particularly those in the western region of the states. In particular, we had Western Alliance and PacWest encountering significant difficulties as their respective stocks plummeted during the week. Pacific West stock dropped by about 43%, while Western Alliance's stock dropped to about 27%. Now, both banks were reported to be seeking restructuring deals, but Western Alliance denied these reports, which caused their stock to rebound slightly on Friday, taking back some of those losses. Meanwhile, PacWest did indeed confirm that they were exploring restructuring options. And up till now, there has been no denial of this report so far. In general, this has once again drawn attention to concerns about regional banks, which had seemed to have resolved their issues for a while. However, the recent problems of First Republic towards the end of last week, and of course now with the reports of difficulties at Western regional banks this week, whether it is true or not, it has brought back a negative outlook for many investors. Now, let's take a look at the economic data and news that we had this past week. And in fact, let me switch my screen. There we go. And of course, as we can see here on Monday, we did have the ISM manufacturing PMI report, which was released, and it did exceed expectations at 53.2 compared to the forecasted 49.4 for the manufacturing prices, and of course the PMI report 47.1 compared to the 46.8 forecasted. Then, of course, Tuesday, we saw the European flash estimates and the JOLTS job openings, which was just below expectations. But on Wednesday, we did have the ISM services PMI. And again, this came in showing better than expected results, albeit just slightly, it was better than expected, especially compared to the previous month, 51.2, now being 51.9. Now, these reports indicate that both the manufacturing and services sector in the US are maintaining stability. And we saw the highly anticipated Federal Reserve interest rate decision announced. And the market's response was, well, let's face it, a little bit lackluster. I mean, it was already written on the walls. Everybody was expecting that the interest rates were going to be going up by 25 basis points. And of course, that is exactly what happened. And during the press conference, Jerome Powell did state that the US banking sector remains sound and resilient. A little bit of a broken record, as we keep hearing. Now, the following day on the Thursday, we did see concerns about Western regional banks causing, of course, the market jitters, as we've already mentioned, which was interesting given Powell's statement. However, on Friday, we had the big news, the NFP, the non-farm employment change. And this was a positive jobs report that was released from 181k to 253, compared to the forecasted and of course to the previous of 165k. And this led to a substantial market rally. As a result, much of the losses incurred throughout the week were recouped basically by the end of Friday, due to a combination, of course, of the jobs report as well as short coverings from the week's earlier losses. Now, let's take a look at how the market ended up on the week. Let's get rid of that, let's clear up the screen. And we will start with the Dow. The Dow was down 1.2%. The S&P was dropped down to about 0.8%. And the NASDAQ was actually up 0.1%. It was a nice bit of a rally, especially on the back of that NFP, which we saw. Now, the price of oil fell by 7% to about $71 or just over $71 per barrel, hitting a low of 65. What was it? 60 or under 65? 63.63. There goes a nice even number during the week. However, it did, of course, rebound strongly on Friday on the back of, again, the good positive jobs report. and closed the week back at $71.34 per barrel. The 10-year yields, where are we? There we go. So the 10-year yields, okay, the US interest rates remain steady at 3.4%, okay, 3.441% if you want to be pedantic. There were really no significant changes in the bond market, which still predicts a rate cut by the end of the year. Meanwhile, while the prices of gold, where is gold? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, the prices of gold rose by 1.3% to $2016 per ounce. Now, actually, going back to that very quick brief note, the NFP that was released on Friday is, of course, a very important announcement that comes out on the first Friday of every month. Very impactful on the market, as we've seen clearly. And if you don't know what the NFP market is, I implore you, let's get back to my screen here. I implore you, if you don't know what the NFP market is, check, where are we? Here. My camera's back to front. Check the video here on the top right corner of your screen to understand what the NFP is and of course how it affects the markets. Now let's get straight back to it, because I don't want this video to be too long. Again, this is no nonsense, straight to the point market weekly update. Let's take a look at some performances of some popular stocks throughout the week. Now, Apple stock rose by 2.3% to $174 per share after they reported the earnings that they exceeded expectations. We also saw Tesla stock increase by 3.5% to $170 per share. And Nvidia, okay, this was an interesting one. Nvidia stock also saw a gain of 3.4%, now trading at around $287 per share. That's going to be in the top corner of your screen here, and they will be reporting their earnings later this month. This is one to keep an eye out on. Now, this is something that's going to be interesting to watch, because they will be reporting their earnings later on this month, and many analysts are already predicting positive results, as they are the sole chip maker for some of these ChatGPT chatbots, whatever it is, that we've seen become very popular, of course, in the marketplace. So keep an eye out on that one. A very interesting stock to keep note of. Finally, let's go back to Bitcoin. Actually, let's get our chart back here. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Now, Bitcoin did have a 1.2% drop. Sorry, no, more than that. Let's have a very quick look on the weekly. Almost 2%. Okay, almost 2% drop on the week, and is currently trading at 28,000. Well, let's just call it just under $28,800 per Bitcoin. But I will be going over more crypto market update news tomorrow. I am going to be doing these in a separate video. So traditionally, I'm hoping moving forward, I'm going to be just doing the traditional markets on a Saturday, quick weekly market catch up like this, and talking about Bitcoin and crypto specifically on a Sunday evening. So keep your eyes out for that. And in fact, actually a good point to say, subscribe, like this video if you can, and hit that notification bell so you are aware of the updates, like this video that I'm going to be doing for you for tomorrow, encapsulating the weekly market recap for cryptocurrency, and of course for all the other videos and news and developments that are going to be coming out on this channel. Of course, by doing so, you will be helping expand the reach of this video and hopefully benefiting other traders and investors alike. Now, if you have any other requests for any other stock updates, or of course, if you have any other questions, feel free to throw them in the comments section below this video. Great to hear from you, great to interact, and great to join in the conversation. But for now, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, great rest of the weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.